Hello everyone, welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator Around the World series stream. This is flight 19. My name's Peter, thank you for joining. So today you can't join me in a noisy but cold and dark cold and dark 737-800. Back in the Microsoft Flight Simulator X, because that's what the series was about. And now that we've got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 coming out in August, which I'm a bit annoyed about really, because one, the package you get doesn't look quite as good as I thought it would. You're limited to airports, which I think sucks. I like the planes, don't get me wrong, the scenery and everything else, but the fact that you only get so many airports with different versions. So I'm quite happy I got X-Plane now, although I might have waited if I'd known that it had been Australia in August. So I want to finish off this series with Flight Simulator X, because again that was what it was all about. It was kind of a goodbye to the sim, for me at least anyway. It's like saying goodbye to Kerbal Space Program for me. So we're going to finish the series. We've got 5 more flights left, including today's, and then it's done. I will then put Microsoft Flight Simulator down and go on to X-Plane, which obviously I've already started to do. Just by the way, X-Plane on Sunday actually got 10 times more views than the normal Sunday stream. So yeah, so today our flight goes from Winnipeg to Toronto. Wrong one again. And it's quite a simple flight. We'll just head east and then southeast into Toronto. So quite a nice simple route. Let's get ourselves powered up. So APU on, battery on. APU gen is not on yet. It's got to be load on X-Plane, which is in real life, or same as real life. It would be 1 minute loadless. There we go, DC volts, fine. Awesome. Right, fasten seatbelts can come on, panel on, don't really need it actually. And yeah, fine. Cool. Electric pumps can come on. Yep. Awesome. Right, let's call the air traffic control guys. Hold on. Before we do that, let's just make sure this is right. No, that would have actually mucked up.
Winnipeg, clearance delivery, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, IFR.
I'm starting to get the hang of X-Plane. I actually managed yesterday during the day to fly from Gatwick to Amsterdam using the FMC and VNAV and LNAV, which was cool. The only problem I had was the sim crashed, like not the plane but the sim closed on me on approach into Amsterdam.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9er.
There we go. So yeah, I am getting there. Just a Dutch guy said no. What are you on about? What? I don't think Just a Dutch Guy was there, was he? Unless he's a member of the Discord, which I don't think he is. It'd be great if he was, don't get me wrong, but I'll go 255, that'll do.
Winnipeg Round, Boeing, November 7-3.
Because I did stream it on the Discord yesterday.
Boeing, November 7-3.
Oh, just because I was on my way into Amsterdam. Short of runway 36A, taxiway SHC.
Taxi 2 and hold short, runway 36.
Right, I need to know where 36 is in relation to me. Oh god, it's the furthest one away. I've got to come out here and across here.
Via taxiway Sierra, Hotel Charlie, Boeing 37 Whiskey.
Right, we can do push back now. On ground. We're all good. Right, let's engine 2 first. Yeah, that seems to be the way it's supposed to be done. Go away now. What were you looking for? Sierra Hotel Charlie, yeah? Yeah, I know. This Boomer Sim doesn't like recording full screen. Well, you do well because do you know what? I'm a member of the Sam Woodall Discord, and I get probably 50 at a time from him. I have to just mark them as a red because it's just people pinging that they're streaming. Thwarted. Right, here we go. I'm hoping this is the right one. God damn it, that was a 10 fast. 10 million IQ move. I'll tell you what I can get rid of is snaz. Don't need that now. There's hotel.
Winnipeg Ground, Pacifica, Port 902, taxi to the gate. Pacifica, Port 902, taxi to gate 6, via taxiway Victor, Hotel, Whiskey, Echo, November.
Cool, see you in a bit, Max. Sorry, I didn't see your message there. See it shortly on Twitch.
Winnipeg Ground, World Travel 53 for West Juliet, ready to taxi, IFR. World Travel 53, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 36, via taxiway Sierra, Hotel, Charlie. Contact tower on 121.0 when ready. Taxiing hold short, runway 36, using taxiway Sierra, Hotel, Charlie. World Travel 53.
So how is everyone today? How's the day's been?
Roger, World Travel 8314.
Hey Max. How's it going, man?
Pacifica Port 902,
You
position
doofus.
caution at Boeing 737 on the taxiway. Pacifica Port 902, continue taxiing.
Are you stupid?
Roger, Pacifica Port 902.
Now I've got to try and swing around you. That ain't gonna work. What an idiot. Yeah, I probably clipped wings with him there. Right, where are we in relation to the actual runway we want to be? Because I was following the... Yeah, we want to go across here. I'm gonna probably go... the way he's just come. No, actually, no. We'll go this way, actually.
Winnipeg ground, Pacifica.
This is going well. Oh God, there's another.
Pacifica takes
We'll follow that plane.
taxi to 810 using taxiway Victor Hotel Whiskey.
Taxiing to gate 10, using taxiway Victor Hotel Whiskey. Pacifica 6088.
Ah, so there's Sierra. We should have gone that way. So we'll hang a right here.
World travel 831 warp. Position caution to Boeing 737 on the taxiway. World travel 831 warp. Continue taxiing. Roger, world travel 831 warp. World travel 831 warp. Position caution to Boeing 737 on the taxiway. World travel 831 warp. Continue taxiing.
Playing on taxi ramming into you be like deja vu. I've just been in this place before, higher on the street, and I know it's time to go.
On the taxiway.
You keep warning the plane in front of me about the plane behind it.
Roger, world travel 831 warp.
Man, I just polished off 9 bits of KFC chicken. It's basically a bargain bucket to myself. Sailor Spoopy Moon, thanks for the follow. So we're now up to 71 followers on subscribers on YouTube now, and 41 on Twitch, which is great. It's slowly increasing, which is good. Sort of. Yeah, 9 pieces.
Winnipeg Tower, World Travel 53, ready to go. Runway 36, IFR to 34. World Travel 53, clear for takeoff. Runway 36.
Right,
Clear for takeoff. Runway 36.
let's get
World Travel
configured.
53.
Checklist. Doodle-doodle-doo. Flaps. Flight director on. Auto throttle on. And yep, we're good. Awesome. Hey guys, can you sub to my friend on YouTube? He doesn't really have any subs. His name is Beaver. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Beaver FN.
Winnipeg Tower, Boeing, November 737.
Let's get this out of the way in a sec.
Runway 36, IFR to Toronto. Boeing, November 737, whiskey, hold short. Runway 36, traffic is Boeing 737 on runway. Boeing, November 737, whiskey, taxi to position and hold. Position and hold, Boeing 37, whiskey.
See this guy take off, shall we?
World Travel 53, contact Winnipeg, departure on 119.5. 119.5, World Travel 53.
Here we go. Let's swing it round in a sec.
Boeing, November 737, whiskey, clear for takeoff. Runway.
Here we go. We're ready. Let's just get our heading programmed in. So, spot on, apparently. Awesome. Right, let's go.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 36, Boeing, November 737, whiskey.
Mate, I am a year a year and 8 months in, and I've only got 71 followers, subs.
Winnipeg Tower.
80 knots, airspeed alive. Check.
Departure, runway 36. World Travel 8314, taxi to position and hold.
Nearly there. 145.
World Travel 8314.
Here we go. 165. V1 rotate. Let's hit positive rate. Gear up. Now we can set heading. Command A. Altitude hold. Speed.
Boeing 37 whiskey. Contact Winnipeg, departure on 119.5.
I'm going to put the airspeed up. And the vertical speed up.
Acknowledge last transmission. Going to 119.
Rotate. Someone's been watching Air Force Proud.
World Travel 8314, clear for takeoff. Runway 36. Winnipeg, departure.
Rotate.
November 737 whiskey is at 2,700, climbing 8,000. Boeing, November 737 whiskey, Winnipeg.
My name's Brian Pepper. Do a barrel roll.
Boeing 37 whiskey, turn right, heading 090.
your passengers sick.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. World travel 53. World travel 53. Contact Winnipeg.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. Thank you for joining us here on this flight today. On your right, you will see your imminent death. Please do not be alarmed.
World travel 8314 is at 2000. Climbing 13000. World travel
Pull a DB Cooper and jump out the back. With lots of money. I wish.
World travel 8314. Turn right, heading 165. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 13000. Turn right, heading 165. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 13000. World travel 8314.
Have them suffer. Mwahahaha.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Boeing 37 Whiskey. World travel 8314. Turn right, heading 195. Turn right, heading 195. World travel 8314.
This is sounding suspiciously like your school bag, Space Lab.
Travel 8314. Contact
Half-eaten apples and a half-eaten sandwich and all of that.
118.0 for world travel 8314.
Right, okay. So what we're going to do in a minute, just going to hit. Oh yeah. There's that bug in now, forget about that in this. So hit GPS in a sec.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Contact Winnipeg Center on 118.0.
Is that because that's what you wear? Real plane, well we're on an autopilot, so I'll order some food. Sim, well we're on autopilot, so I'm going to go outside and ride my bike. Yep, that's about right.
Going to 118.0. Boeing.
Now my backpack has several pairs of Space Babe leggings, all of which you wear.
Winnipeg Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey is climbing through 10,900 for flight level 190.
World travel 53. Climb and maintain flight level 270. Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Winnipeg Center, Roger. Altimeter 2992. Boeing 37 Whiskey. Turn left heading 090. Resume on navigation.
Turn left heading 090. Proceed on course. Boeing 37 Whiskey. Climb and maintain flight level 270. World travel 53.
Awesome, we're looking good guys. Should we get some music on? Bring you some stream, oh god. Some stream beats from Harris Heller from Alpha Gaming. All royalty free and license free. So free to use as much as we like. God, is that me or is that loud? It's quite loud, I think. Let me know what the music's like, if it's too loud or...
Turn right, heading 305. American Pacific 203
Yeah.
Travel 8314. Flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310. World travel 8314.
World travel 53. Flight level 330.
Don't be too crazy at the controls, or that Karen will call you man. I reckon I've got Carol Baskin in the back seats. Be careful, she might take over the plane.
World travel 8314. Turn left heading 170. Proceed on course.
Turn left, heading 170. Proceed on course. World travel 8314.
Drinking tea out of a coffee mug. DB Baskin. Oh, do you reckon Carol Baskin's husband's actually DB? They've just dropped the Cooper. You never know, it might have been like David Baskin Cooper or something. Cool. So we are well on our way, guys. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Climb to maintain flight level 250. Pacifica 5975. Descend and maintain 4000.
Climb and maintain
Alright.
flight level 250. Boeing 37 Whiskey. Descend and maintain 4000. Pacifica 5975.
Cool. God, I can tell that I've been working with a more accurate 737. In a way, I'm able to just flick through and turn stuff on and off a bit better now, even in this. Although these are all completely wrong.
Boeing
Cabin
37
pressures here.
Contact Winnipeg Center on 124.0.
Going to 124.0.
So Max, I don't know if you're aware, but I've got X-Plane 11 now. I know you're running X-Plane 9 if I remember. Yeah, it is literally from Canada to Canada, and as well will the next flight, because we'll be going to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then from there on in we'll be going to Iceland or Greenland, and then Iceland, and then Norwich, which will be the last flight of the series and the last flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator X. After that we'll be going to X-Plane and just doing some random flights, I think, because they're actually doing really well on the channel, my X-Plane stuff. I did the flying under the Gatwick Bridge, if you haven't already seen that. So at Gatwick Airport in London there's a satellite terminal where you have to walk over this overhead walkway, so it's above the planes and you walk across it. Let me see if I can find a picture quickly. Hold on, Gatwick. There we go, look. So I don't know if you can see that, guys, but there's this bridge here, and you can see it better here as well, and planes go underneath it, and then there's a like terminal on either side. Well, basically I did a little quick 1-minute video where I flew under it in a 737. Didn't touch the ground, didn't touch the top. First time, straight under. And yeah, check it out, it's on the channel. It's about 1 minute and 20 seconds long, the video. It's just a replay of it.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, climb and maintain flight level 320.
And I did it first attempt as well.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. Boeing 37 Whiskey.
There is something called the Gatwick Challenge, but I'm nowhere near capable enough of doing it yet. Which is where you take off and as quickly as you can you turn around and fly under the Gatwick Bridge and then turn around and land again. And that's basically a timed challenge. But yeah, I did, my stream on Sunday was actually X-Plane, just me trying to learn a bit. Yeah, so keep an eye out for X-Plane because it will be making a bit of an appearance. It seems to be doing well on the channel, so I think that will be becoming a permanent feature on the channel. But, and this may be bad news for the channel to an extent, I may actually have to drop a night from the channel at least. And in all likelihood it's going to be the Airport CEO series, but I'm hoping I can work around and keep that going to the end and then drop it. My life is getting a little bit busier, to be honest, and aside from work and my martial arts and all of that, my personal life might be getting a bit more busy as well. Right, let's see where we are. I know we're not... Oh, we're already making good little progress. So we're nearly at our cruise altitude as well, which is good. So yeah, we've got today, let's get this list down because we need to update it. So Winnipeg, Toronto today. So let's count up the amount of flights we've had in this series, shall we? 19, obviously. So as we know, we started in Norwich. Okay, so what does it do? Is it like your dashboard is on your phone instead, is it? I assume it's for a 172 Cessna. Oh, by the way, has anyone noticed that there's no 737 or 747 on the new flight sim? 2020. The only Boeing aircraft on there is part of the deluxe pack, and it's a 787-10. It's the only Boeing plane on there. Yeah, that makes sense. So we started the series in Norwich and we headed to Amsterdam. Went from there to Budapest, Budapest to Istanbul, Istanbul to Baghdad, Baghdad to Dubai, Dubai to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad to Kolkata, Kolkata to Bangkok, Bangkok to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to Shanghai, Shanghai to Incheon in Korea, and Incheon to Khabarovsk in Russia, Khabarovsk to Magadan, Magadan to Anadyr, Anadyr to Anchorage, and then on to Sitka in Alaska. We've gone from there to Edmonton, and then from Edmonton to Winnipeg, Winnipeg to Toronto. Hey douchebaggins, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining. How's it? How's it? You inspired me to learn more about FSX. I've been flying the old 737 pretty often. Oh no, I appreciate that, man. That's really good. If I can inspire other people to do this sort of thing, that's great. Just so you know though, we've only got 4 more flights after today on FSX. After 14 years, I'm hanging up FSX and going on to X-Plane 11. Don't know how to stop once I've landed. Okay. Thrust reversers. So thrust reversers, so you should have F1, F2, F3 and F4, and F1 is minimum thrust, F4 I believe is max thrust, F3 is thrust up, and F2 is thrust down. So when you're on 0 thrust, if you hold F2 it should activate the thrust reversers, and you should they should help you slow down. Also what you want to do is set your auto brake as well, so auto brake maybe to 3 or max, that will help you slow down as well. And then also speed brake, so if you pull that, speed brake armed, that will help you slow down as well. Sorry, I know I went through that a bit quick, but that might help. Hold F2 when you're on 0 thrust, and that should help. But yeah, I'm going on to X-Plane 11. It's a lot more realistic, a lot more modern. But again, if you're a beginner douche, I would suggest sticking with FSX for now. Learning what you can on there, because it's more basic and it's older. Yeah, brakes are no good. So you want auto brake here, and you want the auto speed brake for the speed brakes on the wings, spoilers, and also you need the thrust reversers. Thrust reversers help a lot. But yeah, I would suggest learning a bit on FSX first, because it's simpler, it's older, so there's less realism. So a lot of the controls are actually missing, whereas the X-Plane 11, especially with the Zebo mod 737 that I use, which has been tested by a real 737 captain, and it uses real world procedures. So you've got to learn all those procedures, where all the different commands are, all the different buttons, all the panels. You know, you have to do stuff like checking the air. Like you follow real world checklists. So you're thinking, right, okay, test the extinguisher, test this, test that, all of that. Yeah, so Zebo mod is what I'm using, Max, and that's what I've been learning on. I sort of jumped in the deep end, I think, but I'm getting there. I managed to actually program the FMC properly, so the same way as a real world 737 pilot would, and get it to Amsterdam from London. You know, all of them sort of stuff. I've got, you know, you get a little tablet that the pilots often have that's like here, and you can, you know, change the cabin light, and you have to turn around and you have to close the cabin door, the cockpit door, and all that sort of stuff. It's really it's really accurate. Like every little thing has been checked over by this real world captain who streams as well, which is where I learnt of it. So I've got that. I've got X checklist, which is a checklist for you to go through, and it ticks things off as you've done them. Again, based on real world checklists. And yeah, it's really, you program in the performance figures on the flight management computer, and it helps you to work out how to configure the plane and all of those sorts of things. It's really cool. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really glad that I've managed to inspire someone to become interested. I really do like that. Actually, hold on, one sec. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it is fun, and that's why I do it, you know. One sec. God, I'm mucking around here. What? Oh, there we go. No, I really appreciate it. And you're finding it fun, which is great. I mean, FSX is not anywhere near the most realistic anymore, you know, and the fact that you're still 14 years after it was created, you're still finding it fun. People are still discovering it, still finding it fun, and that's really great. Do you know what? I'm already liking this stream because more than normal, because I've had some really nice comments, and I really appreciate it. I really do. And let's have a look to see where we are. We've just done our first turn, and we're about half an hour in. Yeah, we're getting there. Let's see what we look like from the outside, shall we? You know, and I'm using a basic joystick that is probably as old as the game, but I do want to get the Thrustmaster TCA pilot pack. I think it's the pilot pack. officer pack. There we go. So I do want to get the rudders as well, but I think I can use the stick twisting motion on the stick for that. And that looks really cool. How was it a disaster, douche? But yeah, have a look at the Thrustmaster TCA officer pack. It's an official Airbus licensed pack, which comes with a throttle quadrant that's actually designed the same way as the Airbus one. But yeah, let me know what your issues are with your joystick and I might be able to help. It might need calibrating if you haven't done already. I'm sure you're clever enough to work that out already. Are you using... so what are you using at the minute then, if you're not using your joystick as well? Mouse yoke, wow. That's Control Y. Two is it? Oh, I just normally use... So there's a really cool thing, 'cause I haven't released it yet, and it's the Thrustmaster TCA, but there's an add-on for the quadrant where it's going to have a flaps and a speed brake lever on the quadrant. So you'll have a quadrant, you'll have your two thrust levers in the middle, and then you'll have your a proper flaps lever and a proper speed brake lever. And it'll have the parking brake lever on that as well. If anyone wants to explain 11, 10 or 9 tips or keybinds, I can definitely help. Well, the flaps one has helped, I'm not going to lie. Let's have a look at this so whilst we're flying and we're not doing much. TCA. So, we do that. So, I don't know if you can see that. So that's the officer pack, which is not what I wanted. Right. So we've got the quadrant. Joysticks. Is this a shop? I don't want a shop. Go away. That's a side. They haven't got it on here. Why have they? I just found it on the mobile. Right. Oh wait. Let me find it again because I thought I'd found it then. Right, where did I find that just now? Let's find a link. Bear with. Let's see if I click on this then. Oh, maybe it's here. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this, shall we? If it'll work. Nope, it's not working right. Let's try this. There we go. Let's full screen this. I'm just going to pause this for a second. So this is the TCA pack. Obviously the side bits haven't come out yet, but so that's the quadrant. Realistic thrust reversers. These are the add-ons that haven't come out yet. So you get your park brake, your landing gear. And then your side stick, which has got a twist functionality, and obviously built thrust reversers as well. All modular. And that is it. What do we reckon, guys? I like that. Right, let's get the music back on, shall we? So what do we reckon of that? I think that looked pretty cool. So the basic pack, which is the side stick and the throttles, is £150, which I don't think is too bad. Yeah, I think it looks good. I am definitely thinking about getting. I think that will be my next joystick. I'm not going to lie.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles, headline level 320, Boeing MD-80, report them in sight. Sword 1555, traffic is 9 o'clock, 3 miles, headline level 320, Boeing 737, report them in sight. Boeing 37 Whiskey, contact Winnipeg Center on 132.125.
I already passed it. You know, if anyone here's from Thrustmaster and would like to give me a set as a advertisement piece, then
Winnipeg Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you, flight level 320. Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, Winnipeg Center, roger.
cool. So about 4 minutes again from our next update. No, I don't have Disney Plus, if I'm honest. I have enough video streaming services as it is. I really struggled to keep up actually with all the stuff that I try and watch. No, I haven't. I don't know what that is. Cool play on a Disney Plus. I'll look it up. It's a cool play on Disney Plus. Alright, okay, I'll have a look. Awesome, we are looking good, guys. Nearly time for a position update. How's the sound, guys? Is the music too loud, too quiet? Is the game too loud, too quiet? Am I too loud or too quiet? Let's see where we are anyway. So about 3/4 of an hour in. I'm not making much. This is going to be a little bit of a longer one, I think. So when we hit an hour in the flight, awesome, I'm glad it's all good. I'm right over you. Where are you? Are you in my kitchen? I'm joking. Whereabouts are you, Max? You're in Minneapolis, aren't you? Yeah. So, interesting fact. On Saturday, I have a dinner with a very, very special lady who I've started to see, or will be hopefully starting to see, and currently, she is from Sioux Falls in South Dakota, And so yeah, not a million miles from you, Max. So that's where she's from. I think she said she was originally from Madison, South Dakota. So yeah, you never know, in the not too distant future, if all goes well, I might be coming your way. For holiday at least. Cool, what are we looking? I think we might go up and out cruising. You've been there, to which one? Sioux Falls? It's got up to 34,000, I think. Sioux. See, I've said sometimes when she returns home, no, it's definitely South Dakota. It might have had the wrong name. I'll have a look. Bear with me. I might have said the wrong place. It's definitely South Dakota though. I shall Google map it. Yeah, that's where she lives, or where she's from. It's definitely not Yankton, because that's Madison, South Dakota. It's just outside of Sioux Falls. Towards Arlington and Watertown. On Route 29 or Interstate 29, whichever one it is. Cool. But yeah, looking forward to it, looking forward to Saturday. And I'm not going to lie, it's part of the reason why I'm going to have to reduce the amount of content on the channel per week, because I can't fit it all in. And in all honesty, I don't want to be on my own all my life just to do a few videos, you know. What drive coming up? How do you mean, man? So I was just saying about having to potentially reduce the amount of content on my channel, because I just don't have time really to fit it all in anymore, and it's going to get even more so. I mean, I do have time currently, but in all likelihood in the next few weeks I'm going to run out of time. Oh yes, I have. I'm seeing a woman for the first time, first date as such. And I was just mentioning to Max how she's from similar area to him. So she's from South Dakota, but lives in my home in Norwich. And he's from Minnesota, which is close by in United States, sort of close by. Next state across. Well, I wouldn't say I've got a girl just yet, Max. It's a bit soon to be saying I've got a girl, because I ain't got no. I wish I had a Lambo. I think it'd look a bit ridiculous though. Hi, check out my Lambo. No, it's like Linus Tech Tips Lambo. Pink Civic. No, I'm joking. Well, I like her, but I'm not going to show pictures online, because I don't know if she'd appreciate that. I'm not sure I would. But yeah, I think she's good looking. That's a compliment from me. Oh, why are we in Minneapolis? We're going the wrong way. We're using American airspace now, are we? Oh yeah, we do cross into America for a little bit. There we go. Minneapolis, Center Max. There we go. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Yeah, what I was going to say, Max, is yeah, sometimes for this woman that I'm seeing, to go to hers, sometimes it's often cheaper for her to fly to Minneapolis, St. Paul's, and then get someone to pick her up, to drive up and pick her up from where she lives, or from where her parents live. It was quite funny because the area so we were talking the other day, and the area that I live is just on the edge of the city. I'm basically turn the corner and you're in the fields in the countryside, yeah. And there's cornfield just at the end of my road. And I took a photo and I sent it to her, and she said, "Are you sure you're not in South Dakota? That looks like South Dakota." And I joked that I found a really obscure town in South Dakota and convinced her that I was there. I was like, "Yeah, I'm in South Dakota. I've come to visit." I was like, "No, I'm in Norwich. That's Norwich." So I suppose this is Lake Superior. Or that is, at least. Yeah, I said I was in Yankton. Yankton. Oh God, I said that with a right old accent. Is it in Yankton? And it's like, yeah, I'm in Yankton. She goes, oh, please say you're not in Yankton. I go, why? She goes, that's where the insane asylum is. Right, 3 minutes and we'll have an update. Been on a boat there? Where? Superior or Yankton? I'm joking, I assume you mean Superior. Two minutes and we'll have an update. Yeah, not in Yankton. So many cornfields in the American Midwest, yeah. Well, let me see if I can find it, and you'll see what I mean. I don't know if you can see this. You see that? That is the photo that I sent her to convince her that I was in South Dakota. Awesome, okay. Oh, we're past our update time. So about an hour in. Right. Let's see what we've got actually. I want to Just see how close. So we're quite a while in America before we start to head up this way again. So I'm going to quickly take a break. I'm just going to go grab a drink and what have you, and I'll be back. I'll leave it running. Bear with.
Minneapolis Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you, flight level 340.
Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Minneapolis Center, Roger.
Okay, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Well, we're nearly ready for our next update. Okay, so that is Henry Weston's, what you Americans might call hard cider. So it's an alcoholic cider, and it's a medium dry vintage cider from Henry Weston's, and it's 8.2%. So it's made in Herefordshire, which is a great place for cider. Yeah, I find, from what I can tell, cider, alcoholic cider in the US at least, isn't that common. Yeah, okay, Max, and have fun. Oh, I've got a handoff here. St Albans, yeah.
134.6 whiskey.
So, Douche, you US, aren't you? If I remember right. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember.
737 whiskey with you.
November 737 whiskey, Minneapolis.
Yeah, I thought so. So this is from Ledbury, which is in Herefordshire, DC. Cool. Let me see where that is. I can't remember where Herefordshire is. I know it's West Country, but where in the West Country, I'm not sure. A friend of mine was working in St Albans at some point. So I'm about 90 miles from St Albans. Yeah, so you're near yeah, I've been that way. I know that area. You were very close, actually. Where are we? Potter's Bar, Cheshunt, Waltham Abbey. Yeah, wrong way. It's around this way somewhere. London Colney. Yeah, you are quite close there to where Warner Bros. Studios are, which is where they filmed the Harry Potter series. Not that you might not be interested in that. St Albans, yeah. Not the most well known for its cider, I've got to admit.
Minneapolis Center.
But there is a cider mill. Some ciders, yeah. So fruit-based ciders, so you get like maybe mixed berry Kopparberg, which is a Swedish or Scandinavian cider. Some of the more fruity ones are definitely good to have ice in. I always find that cider well, it depends, because if it's a very traditional cider, then maybe you shouldn't, like what the West Country would call a scrumpy cider. That's SCRUMPY. Then you probably wouldn't. But some of the more not refined, but some of the more dry, more crisp, cleaner. So this is quite, I mean, this glass is quite, but you see that's a very clear cider. And in the summer it's really good to instead of beer, having that cider with ice. It just, a really cold cider is nice. But it's still 8.2% alcohol by volume, as you might be able to see here. It's a vintage cider. So yeah, so Strongbow Strongbow is it's like the Budweiser of cider. It's a very middle of the, I don't know if you'd call it middle of the road, but it's everywhere in the UK. It's like you can get it bottled, you can get it draft. Now they do one called Dark Fruit. Stella Artois. I didn't know that was a thing in the US, to be honest. Yes, I've got... Actually, hold on, I should be back in a second. I have this. Stella Artois Cidre glass. You cannot buy these. I won this in a competition from when Stella cider was new. I won it in a competition. I had a pair, but I only have one now. So you had to enter a competition to win them. But yeah, Stella cider. Put some ice in it. Nice cold cider is really good. But yeah, Strongbow in the UK do one called Dark Fruit, which is a like a berry-based one. So you've got, I don't know. Let's have a look. Actually, one second. I'll look. But yeah, it's called Dark Fruit. It's got like a dark blackcurranty sort of look to it, and that's really good with some ice in it, nice and cold. It doesn't have to be ice, it just needs to be cold. You don't need to put ice in it to get it cold if you chill it down in the fridge before you open it. Cool. How are we doing, guys? Let's see where we are, shall we? Oh, we're not far now. We're getting there. What, we're an hour and a quarter in. So about halfway through, time-wise. And we're looking good. But yeah, Strongbow is like the Stella of ciders here. It's easy to get hold of, cheap, comes in a can or in a bottle or pulled in a pint. Pretty much every pub will have it, or bar. Copperberg is alright, that's really popular as well here. Yeah, I don't really know why they're not that popular in the US. I mean, we were talking about it once a while ago when I was when we were on Syndicate J's stream, and a lot of people were saying they don't like it. So, but I tell you what, I did see for the first time. He drinks lots of Stella. Will not say what. I don't know. Have you ever heard the nicknames of Stella that it has in the UK? Because once was a time, but it was rumoured to have a lot of funny chemicals in it. Actually, back in Canada. So it was a bit of association and a bit of rumour, and the rumour was had these chemicals in there that made you aggressive, and it was also drunk by a lot of people in not very great, shall we say, areas to live. So say not quite slums, but like estates where most of the houses were owned by the council and rented by the people who weren't working. They were getting their housing provided by the council, and then it was by the local government housing really, and it was their rent is then paid by the government benefits scheme, and so it's drunk by a lot of people like that, and it had a nickname of wife beater. I'm sure you can understand why. And Stella act a twat, basically. Instead of artois, it was act a twat.
Minneapolis Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you.
Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Minneapolis Center, Roger.
So yeah, it did have a bit of reputation, not so much anymore. I think those days are a little bit past. I think they've tried to clean up their image a bit. Wow, maybe it's because it's imported. I mean, I think UK has this weird thing where a lot of the beers that you would think of imported are actually made under license in the UK, rather than being imported. So Stella will have a brewery in the UK. San Miguel is made by Carlsberg at Carlsberg's UK brewery, rather than it being imported to the country. So in the area that I am in Norfolk, which is on the east side of the UK, I better shut up then, you know. But we don't. Yeah, say in Norfolk we're much more of a ale drinker. So you might have what you call an IPA or a American Pale Ale or something like that, and yeah, we're much more of a ale drinking area. We have a lot of small breweries in this area that make ales, IPA and stuff like that.
Toronto Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you. Boeing, November 737
Craft beer.
Whiskey, Toronto Center, Roger.
But I do think cider is very much a English thing. You know, it's especially the West Country. You know, the Cornwall, getting on towards Wales. Citrus IPAs, yeah. So my local brewery where I grew up used to do an orange white. So you know, like a wheat beer, like a blonde beer. They used to do an orange wheat beer, which was really nice. We get Blue Moon here a lot, and we often have that with a slice of orange in it, which is an American wheat beer, I believe. We also get a porter, and a porter is a dark beer, a bit like Guinness. It's black. It's too long to type. And we quite often get them with chocolate or coffee in them. And coffee ones are quite nice. They're quite heavy, obviously, because it's like a bit like a stout, but it's yeah, quite good. Chocolate ones are good. They use chocolate malt in it. Oh, contact Minneapolis again. We get all sorts here.
Minneapolis Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you. Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, Minneapolis Center, roger. Minneapolis Center, Bombardier, November 4627 Mike, with you, flight level 350.
What's the ETA to touchdown? Oh, good question.
Minneapolis Center, roger.
I'm not sure, if in all honesty. We've been going about an hour and a half now since we took off, and we've done that, so we're probably anywhere between half hour to an hour from landing. I know that's quite a wide margin. Gonna run out and grab a six, so I'll be back before then. Alright, mate. Have a good one. I'll see you shortly, hopefully.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, contact Toronto Center on 132.65.
Oh, back to Toronto.
132.65 for Boeing 37 Whiskey. Toronto Center, Boeing November 737 Whiskey, with you, flight level 340. Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Toronto Center, roger.
Oh, time for another update, guys.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Contact Toronto.
Wow, we're in and out of America like no one's business.
135. Form Boeing 37 Whiskey. Toronto Center, Boeing November 737 Whiskey, with you.
Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Toronto. Roger. Orbit 3227, traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 340, Boeing 737, report to the site. Orbit 3227, traffic in sight. Boeing 37 Whiskey, traffic is 1 o'clock, 1 miles at flight level 320, Boeing 737, report to the site. Orbit 3227, contact Toronto Center on 132.65.
Oh, there we are. Been and gone. Hi Louis, welcome. How's it going, man? pressures quickly. Yeah, I'm not, obviously I'm not in Explain today. I'm in FSX because I'm slowly getting towards the end of a series in FSX, and I've only got 4 more flights after today as well in FSX, and then it's gone from the channel. It's on to Explain. So what I've done in this series, if you're not aware, is I've done a series of what in total would be 23 flights, all the way around the world from going eastwards. So from the UK going east all the way around the world, and I'm as far as Canada right now. So we're now heading towards Toronto. So we're about 3 flights into Canada now. Normally about 2.5 hours ish each. Apart from 2 weeks time, which will be a 4-hour stream because it's a 4-hour flight. But yeah, so we're heading to Toronto today. From there we're going to Halifax in Nova Scotia, and then there to Greenland to Narsarsuaq, which is not going to be an easy landing. Picked it because it's difficult. And then from Narsarsuaq to Reykjavik, and then back to England, and then we're done. But yeah, this is flight 19. See where we got to, shall we? I know it's a bit early, but I'd like to see. Cool. And that is as far as we are at the moment. So what's been going on in real world, Louis?
Contact phone at center 132.575.
Going to 132.575.
Have you been flying at all?
Toronto Center, Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, with you, flight level 340. Boeing, November 737 Whiskey, Toronto Center, roger. Toronto Center, Beach, November 6407 Yankee, with you, flight level 210. Beach, November 6407 Yankee, Toronto Center, roger.
I'm just going to refresh this again. I've got a feeling that YouTube is starting to play up. No, it didn't. That's fine. Just checking. So we do have landing rate monitoring, guys, today. Yeah, X-plane is at 11. So tell me, what have you been trying to fly? Is it these what aircraft and all of that? Oh, cool. So you got X-plane 11. I got it recently as well. I only got X-plane 11 2 weeks ago at most, when it was on offer with Steam. So I'll tell you a little bit about my flight sim history, okay? So I started with Microsoft Flight Simulator in 1998. That's right, I started 22 years ago. And that was the current version at the time. So you, Cessna 152, yeah? Cool. Yeah, it's probably a good one to start with. Maybe a 172. Ooh, we're at top of descent now.
Descend and maintain flight level 250, Boeing 37 Whiskey. Toronto Center, Bombardier, November 4627, Mike, with you. Bombardier, November 4627, Mike, Toronto Center, roger.
So I started with Microsoft Flight Simulator in 1998. Okay. And then I went to 2000, 2002, 2004, and then Flight Sim X. And that's where I've been up until 2 weeks ago.
All 906 Victor, traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,500, all M7, report them in sight.
I've always done sort of 737 flights. I found it the easiest one for me. Yeah, but obviously I'm now going from FSX to X-plane 11 with the Zebo mod, which is highly accurate. It's been developed with a 737 captain who has helped develop it in real life. He's a real captain, and he runs a channel called Flight Deck to Sim. So he was a pilot before he was into sim flying. And I decided, because based on what he was saying, the X-plane with Zebo mod, which is 737-800X Zebo mod, would be a good choice. It's very accurate. It's been developed obviously with his feedback in mind, and comparing that to how the real world 737 would act in flight. And so that's really, and then I I'm trying to transition from this, which is very basic. It's, you can do some sort of real world stuff, but you can't program the FMC, you can't do all the startup procedures as you would in real world. You can pilot it in such a way that it's somewhat somewhat realistic, but you can't do real world procedures, and that's what I really want to try next. I want to get into using real world procedures, and then from there, once I know what I'm doing with the plane, that sim, and start doing air traffic control. But yeah, Flight Deck to Sim, you've heard of him. Yeah, so from what I can tell, he was a real pilot, captain, and he was also a training captain, which means that he was training other pilots. And yes, he is really good. He on the 737, which is his plane that he's type rated for in the real world. He is very good, and he knows that plane inside and out. And he again, Zebo mod, he helped develop that. You know, he didn't do all the coding in that, but he said, look, this is where you need to change things. This is not how it would be in real life. You know, and stuff like that. So that Zebo mod is spot on from what I know. You know, I've got a few mods on there myself. I've better pushback is one. That's really helpful. Oh. Too much. Yeah, they are really good. I don't know how they do it. I think they must get some performance data from somewhere in order to do it, but how, I don't know. How that translates into real world, no idea. You know, someone says, "Oh, this don't feel quite right. It should be more like this." Like, how do they know how to change it? You know. Right, let's do our. I mean, we should have done this a little while ago. Oh God, overspeed. There we go. Should have done the checklist a little while ago. Should have changed that as well. Right. Descent. Auto brake as decided. I'm going to go 3 because I always do. Autopilot is fine. Thrust levers are fine. Altimeter is fine. Avionics fine. Airspeed fine. We're not going below 10,000 yet. Landing lights not going below 10,000 yet. We'll review that again at 10,000. Right.
Turn left heading 135. Expect vector ILS. Runway 33 right approach. Turn left heading.
Right, so we now need to know 33 right approach, yeah? So 33 right approach is a heading of 327 and 110.95. Please remember that, guys. What was it? 327 and 110.95. See, I almost forgot already. Oh god, we've got to do a full 180. God. So it was 327 and 110.95, wasn't it?
Vectors ILS, runway 33, right approach, Boeing 37 Whiskey.
Okay, let's go that again. Because again, I'm like, bleh, what? 33 right is 110.3. See, that's a good thing. And 327. And then nav, we want 110.3, wasn't it? There we go. So that's set up, ready for ILS, okay? So I've put our ILS runway in our course. That's our runway heading. And then the transponder code for the ILS, which is the instrument landing system,
November 6407
in there.
Yankee with you.
The frequency.
November 6407 Yankee, Toronto Center, roger. Boeing 37 Whiskey, you're at 600, below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 17,000. Altimeter 2992. Climb and maintain.
Oops,
17,000.
went too many.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Boeing 37 Whiskey, descend and maintain 7,000. Descend and maintain 7,000. Boeing 37 Whiskey.
Toronto Center Mall, November 1303 Delta, with you 5,500.
All November 1303 Delta, Toronto Center, roger. Altimeter 2992.
Ah, nice, good time. We're now on descent, douche. We are well into our descent. We're now heading towards 7,000 feet. Currently at 14,200 feet. Oh, what's this? Star Hall Northern Lights IPA. Oh, is this what you're drinking? Good. Nice. What's the IBU? Is that like units? American IPA. Yeah, nice. Suggested parents. Chicken tikka masala. Nice. Yeah, nice. Oh, a measure of bitterness. Okay.
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Contact Toronto approach on 133.4.
Cool.
Going to 133.4, Boeing 37 Whiskey. Toronto approach, Boeing November 737 Whiskey is at 11,600 for 7,000. Boeing November 737 Whiskey, Toronto approach, Roger.
So we've got to do a 180 basically to land because we're coming in from the wrong direction. And we need to now drop our speed below 250. I'd like to go to 245 just to be safe. So, landing lights on. Below 10,000. Let's just make sure they are. Yep, they are. We've got IBU as an abbreviation for internal. Oh, right, okay. That's fair enough. Parts per million of isohumulone found in beer. Right, okay. See, you learn something new every day. You've learned from me and I've learned from you. Yeah, I'm not going to see them. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's in sight because otherwise the sim goes a bit weird if you don't. Cool. There is Toronto, there is the tower. You can see it quite clearly. Is that the airport down there? Maybe. good time to do an update. So no, so it's there. So we've got to come around and hit this runway. This runway here. So we're going to come in this direction. So we do have landing rate monitor mod installed today and running again as usual, so we will be able to see just how bad my landing is. What does what mod do? The landing rate monitor. So it's not really a mod. Basically, I'll show you. Hold on. So you see this. Okay. So this links in with FSX and it tells me just how good my landing was. So feet per minute, the lower that is, kind of better. You don't want it too low. There's a guy who I was just talking about a little while ago who's a real airline pilot. And he was saying that as much as people chase a really smooth landing, you get a lot of people say, "Oh, butter it," which is a word for a really smooth landing. But you don't always want it to be too smooth, because if it's too soft, sometimes the automated systems might not necessarily realise that you've landed, and might not activate. So you've auto braking and that might not activate when you want it to because you've been too smooth on your landing. So, but yeah, it basically tells me how many feet per minute, whether or not it was a good one. If you get a clamp, that's good, because it does have a little clap sound, which I've had a couple of times, but I've also had a couple of dangerous landings as well, which I think I had last time. Right, so I'm going to start slowing us down a bit now. Handling it a bit of flap now. Alright, too much. Yeah, so in all honesty, douche, with regards to mods in FSX, I wouldn't worry too much. If you get X-Plane 11, which again is a bit more complicated and there's more to it, then I would look at mods. The first thing I did when I installed FSX X-Plane 11 was actually install some mods to make life easier for myself. So better pushback, proper checklist thing to follow, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm over speed, but I don't care. Right, so I'm starting to slowly configure for landing. So approach is fine, flaps are fine. When we get a bit closer, we'll think about adding in the speed brake. So yeah, apart from landing rate monitor, my FSX is vanilla. The only thing that I would say might be worth getting is some scenery mods for like, I got a scenery mod to add in a couple of airports that were missing, so like Bangkok Suvarnabhumi, which was built the same year as the game was developed, is missing, and obviously so is Hong Kong Kai Tak. With the gear up. Yeah, when you butter it with the gear up and you still get that's when you know you're doing alright. So I'm hitting the approach button now. So once the plane realises where we are and sort of I got a feeling I'm going to get a go around here, you know.
Going to 119.3, orbit 5207.
No, I don't. I actually work for a car company. I work at Lotus Cars, making interiors for the Evora.
Runway 33 right. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 33 right. Pacifica 707.
Bit different, I know. Right, hit the old flaps again. Gets to flaps 25, hopefully. We want flaps 30 for landing, I think, is a good amount. Gear down. There we go. Once the nose gear's down and all that. Next up, train sim. Yeah. Cars to plane. Next up, train sim. You seem never to use a free. Do you know what? I don't get on very well with it in here. So in explain, I will. But from here,
Pacifica
like,
707. Contact Toronto departure on
yeah, I'm not.
119.3. Going to 119.3.
Don't know why. I just don't really get on with it. So there we go. You can see the plane starting to turn now, where it's lining itself up. Do you know what? I was all right. Yeah, not everyone's going to get on with it. I would like to. But I just find this a lot simpler. I'm used to it. I'm going to hit the old auto brake arm now. See, the plane is now steering for me. That's not me. This is the instrument landing system now flying the plane. I'm going to go to virtual cockpit now if I can. The problem is I don't land very well with it either because I'm so used to the height that I get there, but I'm going to try it. And then what is it?
Toronto Airport information. Kilo 1447. Whiskey cleared to land. Runway 33 right. Cleared to land. Runway 33 right. Boeing 37 Whiskey.
Yeah, I was sure it was back facing.
Toronto Tower. Boeing November 7.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
Is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Oh,
Boeing 37 Whiskey. Airport is 11 o'clock.
that's a lot better. Right, let's go for a butter. It should appear in a green bar like the ATIS information. I am just going to quickly switch back to cockpit though for a second, because I'm going to turn off the autopilot now, and I'm going to land manually. Right, so we want 2 green and 2 red. I think we've got more white at the minute, so we are a little bit.
Right, IFR to Los Angeles. World travel 1300, hold short, runway 33 right. Traffic is Boeing 737 on final.
So we're on final now.
Hold short,
We're
runway 33
flying manually.
World travel 1300.
I'm going to bring it down a little bit. There we go, we're back online now. 2 green, 2 white, 2 red, which is perfect. A little bit low, so we're going to come up a bit now. There we go. Cut the throttle, bring it in a bit. A little bit higher now. Perfect landing. There we go, minus 200 feet per minute.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, turn next taxiway.
Boom. I like that. That was a perfect, not even butter, it was perfect. Right, which way are we going? I'm going to go right, I think, here. Yeah, it looks like right is the best option. Getting a bit of frame rate issue here. Obviously this game is quite old now and doesn't have the best optimization for new
Boeing
machines.
37 Whiskey, turn next taxiway.
We will get a replay of that shortly as well, because that was good.
Boeing 37 Whiskey, contact ground on 118.0. World travel 1300, clear for takeoff. Runway 33 right. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 33 right. World travel 1300, 118.0. Boeing 37 Whiskey. Toronto ground. Boeing.
So the only problem with FSX is it doesn't actually tell you where you are.
737 Whiskey, taxi to 8 Golf 57, via taxiway Bravo 2 Bravo 1 Alpha Kilo Alpha Alpha Lima.
Alpha Lima, eh?
Boeing 37 Whiskey, you copy.
Taxiing to 8 Golf 57, via taxiway Bravo 2 Bravo 1 Alpha Kilo Alpha Alpha Lima. Boeing 37 Whiskey.
Toronto ground, Cessna November 1908
I was happy with that, I'm not gonna lie.
Active west departure. Cessna November 1908 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 33 right via taxiway Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Hotel Golf November Bravo Delta. Contact
So we now want Alpha Lima.
35 when ready. H18 Kilo, hold position, caution other traffic. Cessna 087, hold position, caution other traffic. towards runway 33, right.
So we have 4 more flights left.
Hotel Golf, November.
Next week we go to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then from there the week after we have a 4-hour flight to Narsarsuaq, Greenland. So that's Alpha Kilo. We want Alpha Lima. Oh, wrong one. So yeah, from Narsarsuaq we then head to Reykjavik, and then from Reykjavik to Norwich, which is my home city. I actually live about 5 minutes drive from Norwich Airport, which is where we started our journey. Alpha Lima, and then we'll find a gate. Yes, I did. I was very hit. I was sad about that, actually, as a lot of people I know was. You know, a lot of other YouTubers. Just a Dutch guy, and yeah, he was one of the reasons I got into engineering. You know, out of school, I went the Mythbusters in general. Obviously, Grant being part of that. I used to love watching the Mythbusters, and yeah, it was sad. And yeah, you know, I'm 32 now, and I've done engineering. I've worked for 2 companies that have done James Bond props. So I now work at Lotus, who did the famous Lotus Esprit that could go in the water, and we're just going to use this one, to be honest. And let's see how we did. Ah, it's about right, isn't it? Because that would zoom out and join in. Awesome. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say that was part of the reason I got into engineering. You know, I did my apprenticeship as a vehicle mechanic, and worked for one company doing automotive electrical and stuff like that. I done food production. You know, we built in my first job. We did a prop for James Bond. You know, and where I work now, we do some of the best handling sports cars, and we'll be doing the fastest, not the fastest, but the most powerful production car in the world. You know, and I can't help but attribute some of that to them. There we go. We are cold and dark, and we are good. Guys never got out of their seats all flight, but oh well. Right, should we do a replay? Where is it? Instant replay. Instant replay 360. God. 420. I'm going back by a minute at a time, by the way. Options. 500. 480 even. Right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's see how it looked. Yeah, I was really sad when it got cancelled as well. let's see what my landing was like, shall we? Ooh. Joe, I liked like some of the really weird stuff, like the Chinese water torture, seeing if that worked. So they'd actually do the Chinese water torture on each other and see if they hated it or not. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That was a good, I liked that. Well, I think that concludes tonight's stream, guys. 2.5 hours we've been going, and yeah, that was a good landing. I'm really happy with that. But yeah, next time, join us next time. So coming up this week, I'm gonna try. Oh god, I've got to teach tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get an airport CEO episode out, hopefully tomorrow. Because I haven't done one for a couple of weeks at least now, which I should have done. I apologise for that. Thursday we have the Astroneer multiplayer stream. Friday Detroit Become Human. And then Saturday Airport CEO again. Oh no, I'm not sure if I'm going to do Airport CEO on Saturday. I've got my date unfortunately, so I've got, you know, other plans. And then Sunday, if I've got Kerbal Space Program sorted, it will be Kerbal Space Program. But if none of those float your boat, come back and join us next week when we go to Halifax, Nova Scotia, for one of our last 4 flights in this series. I don't have any particular series planned for X-Plane 11, but I have got a potential idea where we go from north to south. So say start from Scandinavia or northern Canada and then fly down through the Americas maybe. I think that'd be cool. Fly down through Canada, USA, Mexico, Central America, Brazil, Argentina and places like that, and end up at the southern tip somewhere. Tierra del Fuego if we can. Maybe land on Antarctica at the base there. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. I've loved the comments and the chat that we've had. And again, I really appreciate all the nice words that you guys have said, and that you've come and joined me, and you know you've decided to come and spend your Tuesday evening with me. Means a lot. Okay, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Do check out the panels and links below in the description. Any you know, any inclination that you've been to any of those panels means a lot to me as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a good rest of your Tuesday night, and goodbye.